Yo, what's up, grinders? We're back with another What Greases My Gears. And you know, hey, it's the holiday season, and you know that I am a headphone extraordinaire. I love my audio. I love gaming audio, specifically being immersed and always looking and comparing different headphones and different devices to immerse you even more into games. And I thought, why don't I do this head to head, because this seems to be something definitely transcended from last year when both of these were released. But why don't we do this head to head here, because I got to experience both of them and I want to share my opinions on them and just describe them. And I'm talking about and it could be confusing, the Sony Inzone buds with the PlayStation Pulse Explorers. And both of these released last year, and I have both of them right here, so I definitely wanted to kind of review them and give my opinion on them. So these are your Inzones, and then these are Explorers. You could definitely say by the case sizes, they're different in size. So just a couple of differences with them that is definitely something to point out is definitely the case size, but also one of the facts, speaking about the case, is that the case of the Inzone buds actually houses the receiver, which could be switched from PlayStation and mobile to PC, and that one houses that, which is definitely a nice feature of these, because you have it all in this little case right here. As for the Pulse Explorers, these have a different sliding mechanism, which is a little, you got to slide them out, and they sit in there, but they do not hold their receiver. They do not hold the receiver in their case. Even though the case is larger, they do not hold them. The receiver is a USB-A receiver that has the link receiver. You can get multiple of those, buy them for like $24, $25, so you can plug them in other places and use these to link to that USB receiver. Also, these will work natively with your PlayStation Portal as well. So that's a little bit of the cases. So this doesn't house that, so that is something for the size of this one compared to here. One of the things I mentioned, you know, fit and form factor and things like that. If you look, these are more of your traditional earbuds. They have touch sensors on them. These are the Inzones, and as you know, that Sony definitely goes more for the Inzone is their PC kind of brand, and these do have touch sensors, and these also have noise cancellation on them as well, but they do not have a lot of controls with the touch sensors. And then you can see they kind of go in normally into your ear and sit like this in your ear there. So these definitely are more of a traditional one. They do have noise cancellation on them. That's what you control with the left bud. The right bud controls volume by holding, increases the volume, and tapping decreases the volume. Either one of those, but that's all you can do with these. There's no pause and stop or anything with this. And then these do work when you're plugging them into your PlayStation. These do work in changing the volume. You'll see the volume meter on the PlayStation dashboard as you do that. Also, you could use a noise canceling with it. As for the controls with the Pulse Explorers, which again, kind of tried to open those up, these are physical buttons, and these are definitely unique in their shape and form here. I decided to use, all of them come with extra tips. I decided to use the larger tips with this one, and these kind of go in your ear in and twist forward, so they sit like this in your ear with this piece kind of facing forward. So you put them in like this, so it's kind of hard to show that, hit this and then twist it like that, and then they kind of sit in your ear. They do sit snug. They do come with kind of smaller ones. I went with the larger ones for these, but actually for the controls, they just use a volume button up here on both of them. There's a volume button there, you can see that, and then they also have the link button here. That's what turns them on for that one, and that's it. There's no touch controls on there, and basically volume control, and that's it. You could also and you can use this also integrates with your PlayStation dashboard volume control, but also one of the differences, and here we get into some of the differences. One of the differences here is that this one actually could use the EQ on your PlayStation 5. So you could do custom EQ, you could do bass, you could do all the EQs with the PlayStation like here, similar to what you could do with the Pulse Elites and the regular Pulse headsets. These do not. These do have that. However, these do not use any EQ on the PlayStation, and that starts the whole point of what the differences are. So the Inzones, they work with your PC, and there's a PC app that works with it where you can EQ them, you could put spatial audio, you could do a couple of settings with these on the PC app. The difference is that if you're planning to use this on your console, you take this dongle, put it over there, none of those EQs or settings transfer from the PC to the PlayStation 5. So you lose all that. So you just get regular flat EQ on this one. So those don't move over. But on PC, you can enhance the sound and use this, the dongle in your PC, and basically change the EQs and change some also settings, microphones, side tone feedback, things like that. None of those are available on the console itself. So this is definitely more PC centric for this one. These, however, when you put them on PC, there is no PC app. These just kind of work with your PC, either Bluetooth or with the dongle. And that brings me to the Bluetooth differences. Unfortunately, they do two different things for Bluetooth. This one does traditional. The Pulse Explorers do basically your traditional Bluetooth. They basically do your AAC codec to your Bluetooth phone, to Bluetooth gaming, and any kind of regular Bluetooth, it works. I think it's 5.2, 5.3. It's one of those. 5.2, I believe, for this one. This one, on the other hand, uses Bluetooth LE, which is basically 5.3. The problem is that certain phones and devices do not support Bluetooth LE. I have a OnePlus 12, and that does not support Bluetooth LE. So this doesn't even hook up to my phone. Plus, a lot of devices, it may not work. Just blatantly, it will detect it, it will sync, but it will not play any audio because it's a different Bluetooth codec. That's it. So supposedly Android and above, Android 12 and above supports Bluetooth LE, but it does not work on my phone. So I don't know about Samsung phones and stuff like that, but these are dead in the water when it comes to Bluetooth. You could use the dongle and put this in the bottom of your phone and listen to it, and it'll be fine. Sounds great. But Bluetooth connections, no. And if you try to hook this up to Bluetooth and you finally get it to work with Bluetooth, you cannot listen to it simultaneously. It just switches from Bluetooth mode to regular mode. And this is definitely a beast when it comes to Bluetooth in a headache, because you have to, there's no easy way to switch between Bluetooth and gaming audio and the link. You gotta like open the thing, hold this button down, wait for the blue, and then they take them out and wait till this turns blue. I'll show you here. Wait till this turns blue. You hold it, wait till it turns blue, and now you take them off and it says Bluetooth mode. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, that's what it says, Bluetooth mode. Very cumbersome. So the Bluetooth on here is kibosh. Do not like it. Done. That's why I'm not liking that right now. So this one with Bluetooth, it is another little trick with it where you open this up, it wants to connect to a link button, and you hold this link button down, and you hold it down for 8 seconds, and then basically it'll turn Bluetooth mode, and then you take these out and then sync it to Bluetooth when this thing starts flashing blue. When you hold it and it starts flashing blue. Definitely some connection issues. Is not super great because some of the, like the right one might connect and then the left one has to connect. So I had ones where it showed up in the left one. I was listening to Bluetooth on the left, but the right one wasn't doing it. I had to just restart them and do it again. But once you get it synced the first time, it's pretty great. One of the huge benefits of this one is that these are like very few earbuds allow you to do simultaneous Bluetooth and gaming audio. These do them. like a lot of big headsets do it. I don't know about you, but I like maybe listen to a podcast, maybe to the gaming Grindhouse while you're gaming, doing some sort of like, you know, playing football or grinding or doing something up. Listen to the Grindhouse while you're grinding, pause on that one. You could do that, and you can listen to both of them, or listen to music, or take phone calls as well while you're gaming on these. So that is a huge plus, because not a lot of ones. And I said I tried the Octa Steel Series ones. They did sound great, the new buds that came out. The problem is that their EQ, when you EQ them, there are sounds that will break the drivers. Like the drivers will, like, you will hear them blast in your ear, and they're damaging the drivers. The drivers, for some, I think the EQ software is too powerful that you could use on your phone or on computer for the Steel Series ones. And I returned those because they, I was playing just Fortnite, just testing out gun sounds and stuff like that. And when I hit somebody, even though the EQ was in the Fortnite setting, because they have like 100 EQs on the Steel Series, it was breaking the driver. You could hear it. Like it was too powerful for the driver. They got too loud for what the driver was, and it wasn't even super loud. It's just that those frequencies were just too much for the driver that's in the Steel Series. So that's why I returned those, because that is going to be damaged. So I decided to try these out on this one. And the way it's going, I'm definitely leaning towards these, to keep these, because the Bluetooth limitations on this make this just not good. The other difference is that this uses the Pulse Explorers uses planar drivers, which are the same ones that in the Pulse Elites, which give you much more detailed sound, brighter sound, highs, clear, crisp sounds, and some bass, not the rumbling that you're gonna rumble your ears like jamming to music on like Sony headphones or things like that, but it's enough bass that it balances it out. It's not too tinny at all, but it gives you very sharp sounds and clear sounds on these. These are your traditional dynamic drivers where you have your bass. So these get a little bit more rumbly, a little more traditional, like a headphone, similar to like just a normal headphones, earbuds, things like that. But the limitations in the Bluetooth, if this had the same Bluetooth connections that this had, I would lean towards the Inzones. But because they are just dead in the water when it comes to connecting to any phones or any kind of Bluetooth devices, that whole Bluetooth is just negligible, and you got to be using this dongle and everything, and also no simultaneous at all. But it is a small case and better like that. Microphones are a little bit better on here. It does have noise canceling as well. The microphones on these are really good too. They're kind of about the same, I would say, but I would lean more to these being a better microphone. But again, they do have noise canceling. These do not have noise canceling, but they do have noise isolation when you put them in your ears pretty well. Some people will say the form and fit between the both of these may be an issue. I haven't seen too much of an issue with them. These, once they get in there, oops, there they go. But they are kind of weirdly shaped and not your traditional earbuds in the sense to get them in there. But once they're in there, they're comfortable and they're sturdy to go. So for me right now, I am definitely going with the Link, not the Link, the Pulse Explorers. Plus these could work wirelessly too with your PlayStation Portal. These do not. And if you put that dongle inside your PlayStation Portal, they're not going to work either. So these are no-go for the Portal, the Inzones. These work wirelessly without a link with your PlayStation Portal. And then sound quality wise, like I said about the drivers with this one, planar drivers, these sound great. They're loud. I actually had to put them like at 70-80% because they are too like sharp and blaring with these. But the directional audio from these buds are incredible. And then when you set up your own custom surround sound settings, these are great with them. And both of them sound great. These are loud too on PlayStation. These sound great as well. They both, I think, sound really great. The Pulse Explorers are definitely a little sharper and clearer. Then get those higher level sounds like you'll hear the clinking and clacking metal. Like I was playing Astrobot, and man, when he's walking on metal or walking on that clinking and clacking, it just sounds so clear on these because they definitely have that kind of that kind of planar drivers. That's what they do. Rumbling and bass sounds great as well. It's balanced. This one will have a little bit more to the darker side of rumbling, but they sound loud and good as well. So if Bluetooth is not an issue and you want that noise cancellation, which it's not that great, like it's not no Bose or Sony like real headphones that have that noise isolation. You still hear a lot of high pitched, maybe that low hum if you have like an air condition, they work, but otherwise the noise cancellation is nothing to write home about. And then if you want to use them out and about, your Bluetooth is going to be limited. So they're really not the one size fits all if you want to do that, and unless you want to use the USB-C dongle all the time. And it's, again, I said it's nice that it carries it in here. These are definitely big. You're going to keep these with your console. I don't know if you're going to be walking around with these using them, but you can. But having that flexibility of the simultaneous Bluetooth with the Pulse Explorers is really a benefit. And I like doing that. Listen to a show, listen to some music while I'm like, playing a sports game, a game where I don't need to hear the story. But then when you're ready to hear the story, you're ready to go. And these integrate so much better with your PlayStation, with the EQ, with chat, with the mute button. You just hit mute on the controller and it mutes the earbuds, which is really cool. And the integration is great with the Pulse Explorers. So if you're gaming on PlayStation, but you want that versatility of a headset that could do some Bluetooth on the go or simultaneous, definitely go with these. If you're on PC and you want to just use some buds on PC, these are really good. But when you put them on PlayStation, it kind of gets it sounds great, but your custom controls and the Bluetooth limitations definitely put in the limit. They're both $199. I believe these, if you're a Best Buy member, are like $10 cheaper currently right now for the holidays, but they're both at $199, so they're the same price. That's why I figured, why don't we show both of them here in the Gaming Grindhouse? But that has been basically, if you have any questions about them, leave it in the chat comments below. And that was the headsets, but I'm leaning towards the Pulse Explorers as the best ultimate earbud right now for PlayStation and on PC. I use it on PC, I use it on my Portal, and use them on the Portal, but also on any of my laptops and stuff like that, and they do work great. There's just no EQ settings or anything from the Pulse Explorers on PC, where the Sony Inzone buds, which are made for PC, have the app, which it works as well with EQ, but it does not work on PlayStation. So yeah, Sony, they're really putting a distinct line in between that. But I would say the biggest hurdle for me is the lack of the Bluetooth LE and the support for Bluetooth. That is that on the Inzones. That is definitely the deal breaker for me to go with definitely the Pulse Explorers on that one. So grinders, this has been what greases my gears and a little gear review, gear tech review. We're going to do some more on here, so definitely hit that like button, subscribe if you like this, and check out the Gaming Grindhouse podcast on Monday nights at 8 p.m. and all the other content that comes your way, especially the Gaming Grindhouse exclusive music for the members and also for some of the subscribers on the channel. Thanks again, everybody. Talk to you later. Good night.